There's no way you can mention legends of comedy and not bring up George Carlin. It's just a fact. If you agree that he's a legend, just write legend for all the people that's, going to doubt that. Now, I call him Uncle George. I feel like you're going to get a lot of knowledge from this man. Even when you're laughing, you're going to be learning at the same time. And it's very hard for a lot of comedians to do. They don't have that talent that he has. Now, on this channel, it's new. We're still bringing in comedians on the channel, and I knew George Carlin would be a great attachment. So what I'm going to need everybody to do in this video, if you like this reaction and you like the vibe over here, I'm going to need you to subscribe. I'm going to need you to hit that top bell and do everything that YouTube wants me to do so I can go viral. Now, one question before we start, real quick. Why didn't you or why did you vote? That's it. Let me know that answer throughout this video, and let's get right into this reaction.
One thing you might have noticed I don't complain about: politicians. Everybody complains about politicians. Everybody says they suck. Yeah! Well, where do people think these politicians come from? They don't fall out of the sky. They don't pass through a membrane from another reality. They come from American parents and American families, American homes, American schools, American churches, American businesses, and American universities, and they're elected by American citizens. This is the best we can do, folks. This is what we have to offer. It's what our system produces. Garbage in, garbage out. If you have selfish, ignorant citizens, you're going to get selfish, ignorant leaders. And term limits ain't going to do you any good. You're just going to wind up with a brand new bunch of selfish, ignorant Americans. So maybe it's not the politicians who suck. Maybe something else sucks around here, like the public. Yeah, the public.
How did George know, Uncle George know from then that the society would be right now? Do you know what George will be doing right now? George Carlin will be kicking over microphones, kicking over stages, and pushing people over right now because he knew that this was going to happen, and he knew that we would be in the society that we were in right now. But he knew that as a voice, you could control how you, get out your message. Some people are just brutal with their message, and I feel like he's not brutal. If you listen to what this man is saying, he's going to teach you something, all right? So let's get back to this Uncle George.
Sucks around here, like the public. Yeah, the public sucks. There's a nice campaign slogan for somebody. The public sucks, fuck hope. Fuck hope. Because if it's really just the fault of these politicians, then where are all the other bright people of conscience? Where are all the bright, honest, intelligent Americans ready to step in and save the nation and lead the way? We don't have people like that in this country. Everybody's at the mall, scratching his ass, picking his nose, taking his credit card out of his fanny pack and buying a pair of sneakers with lights in them. So I have solved this little political dilemma for myself in a very simple way. On election day, I stay home. I don't vote. Fuck them. Fuck them. I don't vote. Two reasons I don't vote. First of all, it's meaningless. This country was bought and sold and paid for a long time ago. The shit they shuffle around every 4 years doesn't mean a fucking thing. And secondly, I don't vote because I believe if you vote, you have no right to complain. People like to twist that around, I know.
You see how everybody just laughed and that went over everybody's head? He just says something that was so deep. If you vote, then you have the right not to complain. Man, I just hope that y'all catching all these gems from Uncle George because there's a lot of them, going on. But, yeah, and I need some recommendations in the comments as well.
You have no right to complain. People like to twist that around, I know. They say, well, if you don't vote, you have no right to complain. But where's the logic in that? If you vote and you elect dishonest, incompetent people and they get into office and screw everything up, well, you are responsible for what they have done. You caused the problem. You voted them in. You have no right to complain. I, on the other hand, who did not vote, who, in fact, did not even leave the house on election day, am in no way responsible for what these people have done and have every right to complain as loud as I want about the mess you created that I had nothing to do with. So I know that a little later on this year you're going to have another one of those really swell presidential elections that you like so much. You'll enjoy yourselves. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm sure as soon as the election is over, your country will improve immediately. As for me, I'll be home on that day doing essentially the same thing as you. The only difference is, when I get finished masturbating, I'm going to have a little something to show for it, folks. Thank you very much.
The greatest thing you can have is a voice. It is. Some people don't have a voice, and when you have a voice, it's about how you use it. You know, George Carlin, he's not here anymore, but when he was here, he used his voice in a lot of different reasons and realized that his voice was powerful. This is just like a basic part of the whole George Carlin, fiasco, I like to call. Good fiasco. So many videos that he has, and guys, since it's so many, I'm going to need y'all to tell me what I should be reacting to by him. But he's on the channel now, so he's here. I agree with 99% of the things that George Carlin says because I know where he's saying it from, and I just became a fan of him in the last year. And I realized that everything that he said was at a time when you're not supposed to say that. And those are the people that are pushing, the barriers and pushing it to the end. Everybody else is just in the way. And that's how I felt. I felt like everybody else was just in the way. So he is a man that has prided himself on what you say. Me holding this mic, me being on this channel, me being a content creator, I got to pride myself on what I say as well so I could connect to what he's saying. And like I said, we need more people that's like George Carlin. But anyway, had a good time. This was a great video. We need to get this channel to 10,000 subs by the end of the year. So I want everybody to sub up at the top bell, and I'll see you on the next one.